7. The legs of the lame, she was lame, are not equal. So is a parable in the mouth of fools. She couldn't understand Romans 2:28. What's the scripture you brought out? No, about the people for the place.
Oh yeah, that was second Maccabees.
Quote that scripture again.
First Maccabees. Second Maccabees chapter 5 verse 19. Nevertheless, God did not choose the people for the place's sake, but the place for the people's sake.
Yeah, kind of, because Israel was a nation, okay? One man actually, okay? Before he was 12. Well, it's like it before he was a nation. Before they inherited the land of Israel, the land of Canaan. All right.
So we went in there and dispossessed of Canaanites. We put the Most High, that was his will for us to take the ungodly out of that land, and he set up his righteous vine, his righteous tree, which is the nation of Israel. But it was set up in the spirit. Moses already told us that if you forsake these laws, you're going to die, man. So we forsook them, and so we got what? We got dispossessed out that land. Now you got false and bastards in that land right now, imposters, claiming they are people. That's why the Lord ain't giving them no rest really in the land either. Because you got the Arabs trying to blow them to smithereens, the so-called Jews.
And they create a lot of false flag terrorist attacks.
Yeah.
They use a strategy called the strategy of tension.
Yeah.
So they always had to keep a war, a battle, something going on to justify them launching, destroying Lebanon, launching attacks into Syria.
And us to try to justify them being the Lord's people, like all nations are against them.
Oh yeah, that's a big.
Yeah, they be doing that too. That's problem, action, solution crap.
When they the aggressors and shit.
Yeah, kind of. So we on to you, so-called white man. That's why you got a media block on us, the real prophets. I mean, you put up some old crazy other stuff, man, that make us look like we terrorist groups, but we ain't no terrorist. This word coming out on your behind, man.
Yeah.
Well, I got Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel 37 and 15. The word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel his companions. Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel his companions.
Yeah, so that's what the Lord did. We got the sign. This is our stick right here. We out here with our stick. We out here stick fighting with this word and this truth and with these names on that sign. So we out here with the presentation of who we are according to the scriptures, man.
And join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thine hand.
Yeah, so that lady to come up here, she's trying to divide us through Satan, but we coming back together, man. And it's, I mean, the Most High only looking for 144,000 men. All right, according to this sign.
And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, Wilt thou show us what thou meanest by thee? Say unto them, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Behold, I will take thee the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the sticks of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in mine hand.
And that's being taking place today, this day and age right now. And the Most High said he's making Ephraim the head stick, because who is Ephraim? Ephraim is the principal son of Joseph. Joseph had two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim, but Ephraim got the blessing to be the head. All right, and Ephraim is your so-called Puerto Ricans today, stinking ass smoke. Ephraim is the so-called Puerto Ricans today. So that's why you got like Biggie Smalls, part of the Southern Kingdom, either baby Judah or Benjamin. But then you got who? Fat Joe or Big Pun. I'm saying they go hand in hand, Ephraim and Judah. So that's why the Most High set it up that way, that he was gonna wake up Judah first, the tents. Why? Because Ephraim will fall right behind, and then all the other 10 tribes will come in line.
This is Isaiah 11 and 12. Verse 13. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off.
Yeah, that curse, that's the curse. We envying each other, and you got Judah is resenting Ephraim, and Ephraim is envying Judah, man. Being jealous of Judah, and Judah is looking down on Ephraim like that little Puerto Rican, them spits, and that's all the tribes. Judah be looking down on all the 10 tribes, man. In his form and fashion, man. Whereas he think that he's above them because they speak Spanish, or they, you know what I mean, they wear colorful things. You know what I mean? I'm playing, but that's how they do. Like I'm a so-called North American Indian, but I grew up around Puerto Ricans, and I used to listen how Judah and them used to act towards Ephraim, man. Like we love their women, but you know what I mean. We look at their the men like with disdainment, man. Like we're not the same people or something. And we all in the projects, roaches and rats, man. And we on the same level of music too, man. And boxing, man.
This is 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, we are not ignorant of his devices.
Yeah. And we're not ignorant of his devices. The devices are trying to make us think this is some protocol black movement, man. We're not no black movement, man. You can take that black shit with you, man, up the street, man. Because we're Israelites, man. We're declaring the Lord's heritage and declaring our heritage, back in our heritage, and we're a nation, man. And we're a huge nation.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
We're not just one tribe. Okay, so where your 11 brothers at, man? I know we sold Joseph, but still, now Joseph is back, man. We sold it to the Midianites. That even go way back to Genesis.
Oh no, there was just like a little bit more of this. It says, Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim.
Yeah.
But they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines toward the west. They shall spoil them of the east together.
He said vex. Vex meaning being annoyed with them.
Okay.
I mean, being irritated by them. You know what I mean? Because when Ephraim used to move into our hoods, we had like 4 children. Ephraim was bringing 12, man. So you irritate all them people in that one house, like you had that attitude. That's how Judah's acting, but he's proud. The Lord ain't with all that, man. Y'all the same people. The reason why Ephraim is coming in the hood with 12 children, because he's fulfilling the prophecy of being Yahweh Sah, meaning Joseph meaning being added to, and he's fulfilling Ephraim meaning Parium being a fruitful. Yeah, multitude. So Ephraim is going to have many children. And that blessing fell upon basically all the tribes, but most likely the northern kingdom. Because the Mexicans got a lot of children too. The Cubans, the Colombians, the Brazilians, they're fruitful people. That's why we don't die, we multiply, we keep coming back. Because the Lord put that spirit on that goes way back to Egypt. When the time where the Pharaoh and them saying, yo, the more we oppress them, the more they grow. So you can do all that child parenthood stuff, Israel's still gonna keep growing, man. But we love sex and we like women. That's in our DNA. These other nations, they don't have the impulse and the drive for women like the nation of Israel do. We the most fertile nation on the planet because the Lord made us that way. That's why they put all this shit in our food and in our water supply to try to lower and stem our population growth.
This is Hosea 1 and 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered.
Try counting us. You can't count us, man.
And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, and there shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together, and appoint themselves one head. And they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Israel.
Great was the day of Jezreel, meaning I believe that means the seed, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, great the day to gather and the seed back together. Okay, so we gotta basically that whole pseudo Black Panther stuff, man. They should have been put a stake in that in '88, man. Thinking that it's only one tribe or the southern kingdom, man. Okay, because Ephraim and the northern kingdom, they gotta hear this word too. Okay, because you're a half-ass prophet if you only teach it to Judah and the blacks, man. The Lord ain't dealing with you, man. The Lord will destroy you, man.
Yeah, well, that's what the so-called Jews believe, that there's only one tribe.
Yeah, they destroying the Lord's body.
And I believe they one time, from that I recall and know, they try to break down the different other tribes and where they might be, but they broke them down in countries.
Yeah.
They didn't even bring them down in nationality.
Yeah, you can't break it down. You can't break it down.
Oh, prophecy. Yeah.
And the Lord said,
so, but what they were saying was completely against the scriptures. It wasn't according to what the scriptures said.
So how you gonna break down Revelation? If you only teaching the Judah, you know that every time I see a black guy, that's automatically Judah. So how you gonna get 12,000 out of each tribe? I mean, out of the 11 tribes.
Yeah, we just read it. You know, he's not a Jew that is one outwardly. Okay.
Yeah, man, and it's not according to skin color either, man, because you're gonna have Israelites too gonna look Japanese. That's why I thought that Issachar, he looked at Chinese to me, but when he said he's Mexican, I said, I scratched my head. I said, okay, he probably is Mexican. But he looked like maybe a Chinaman ran down to Mexico doing.
Well, he got different DNA in him. Like,
oh yeah, that crazy stuff. I ain't want to entertain that. Like they was gonna give me a headache thinking about that DNA crap. That don't make sense, man. You can look like your mother's side of the family, man. You can look like my daughter. I have a child. Her daughter look just like her mother, man. Ephraim. You wouldn't even think that she was part of me.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell him, that, you know, that word genealogy goes back to the word gene, which goes back to the word sperma.
He don't look like a Mexican. He looks like a damn Moabite.
Yeah, he look like a Moabite. He might be. I mean, but I say like
he looked like a Moabite. Yeah, he's speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
You know, so
the picture is big, man. You could be a damn a Moabite like my brother said, a Moabite that speaks Spanish.
Yeah. But you know, really, he's most likely an Israelite. You know?
He's Israel. Yeah.
You know, because just the way his spirit was, you know, he wasn't really scoffing, even though his mentality was that of the world. You know.
Brown. You got a scripture, brother? Yeah, and one last thing I want to say too, brother. That dude was up here earlier with the talk about Jesus Christ. Just to say, like, for the edification for the brothers, y'all watch the videos. And with John, the Lord said that Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So, if he revealed himself to John with woolly hair and burnt brass skin, that's how he always looked, man. He ain't changed. So, because I always hear that argument all the time with people too. That was when he was in the spirit, and this and that. Nah, that was the Lord. He had feet. The spirit don't have feet, man. He actually revealed himself in his glory on the right hand side. That's how he looked, but that's how he left the earth looking that way, and he was just glorified, magnified. Because that's how Hebrews, I believe, 8:11 or something, 8:13 or 13 and 8. Jesus Christ the same yesterday, today, and forever. So when the Lord is describing, when John is describing, the Revelator is describing Christ in Revelation 1 and 13, that's a manifestation. That's actually a revelation of how the Lord looks, man.
You got real minutes. Oh, I thought you said you look like Tyra.
And that's an indicator. That's how we get this word. That's how we understand who the Israelites are through that revelation too. You see, okay, it says Judah in Jeremiah 14:2, black unto the ground. Okay.
When's it gonna go up? Shut up by itself. Yeah. It says 0 minutes, so it's already over. I guess hit the pause button.
Something got?